Hey everybody, Mr. Regan here, and hopefully at this point you've done some exploring within our natural selection sim, and we're going to be using the simulator to not only explore changes in different populations over time, but to help us understand what's going on with our newt population. So we're going to run through some different features found within our simulator, and then you're going to have to kind of identify some of those important features to answer some questions, along with using the simulator as we move forward and becoming an expert on it. So again, we can really understand what's going on with our three different populations of organisms. If you remember from our previous slides, we have this dinosaur-looking thing, this carnivorous-looking thing, and we have this plant-looking thing, which we have the australopes, which is this organism here. We have the carnithons, which is this organism here, and then the thorn palms, which is the last one here. And these three populations are found within the simulator, and the simulator can change different aspects of our population, and it can see kind of how those changes affect their population as a whole. So let's go ahead and look at some of those features. When we look inside of our simulator, you'll notice a few things that you probably right off the bat remember. We have the build, run, and analyze. Today, we're just going to be looking at the build section. Up here in the top corner, we have that three-lined menu, which has different missions and variations and things we're going to explore. Today, we're just in the open explore, okay? Nothing totally crazy. At the bottom, you'll see the zoom features. If you hit the plus button, hopefully you guys saw this, you can zoom in on our populations and kind of look and see some of our organisms here. So we have our three kind of, there we go, 1, 2, 3, are three different populations of organisms kind of scattered throughout their environment. So the next thing we're going to look at is this feature right here, this little pop-up window. There are two kind of sections to it. We have our abiotic factors and our biotic factors. Our abiotic factors here, you can notice you can change the temperature, the rainfall, the surface color just by sliding the different toggles and such. To the right of that, we have our three different populations of organisms. So we have our thorn palms, our australopes, and our carnithons, okay? Now, interesting enough with these organisms is when you come down here, you can decide whether or not you want to have thorn palms or not in the population. And notice if I click them on and off, they'll disappear, okay? Whoever it is you're trying to turn on and off. Within that as well, we have a few different options related to the traits of those organisms. So for example, if you're looking at our thorn palms here, we have the height, the water storage, and the thorn size. So these three traits can be changed as you change the actual toggles within this section here. So as you toggle left and right, okay, you'll notice that our thorn palms will change based on what you toggle and where that toggle goes in relation to that trait. So for example, some of these are observable. You can see them change in real time. Some of them, you'll see other aspects of them change. And last but not least, for this thorn palm, we have the thorn size. Again, noticing those changes as we toggle things on and off. So those three traits are things you can change within our simulator for the thorn palms. With our australopes, we have a lot more features and traits we can change, starting with the fur. If we kind of drag and pull our map here, we can kind of pick an australope maybe that we can see a little bit better. There we go. And again, as we change our wonderful toggles here, you can see things change overall. So we have fur, we have color, we have armor, we have neck length, we have jaw strength. Again, some of these changes are subtle, and then we have poison level. Interesting. The last and final trait that we can change is that of the carnithons. And again, we have the fur color, so let's go ahead and find one here that we can kind of see. There we go. That big boy is easy to see. We can change the fur as we toggle, the jaw strength, and last but not least, the poison resistance. Now, As you zoom in and out on different versions of these guys, notice I toggled one, but really what you're doing is you're toggling and you're changing everything about the entire population. So we looked at this one. Let's maybe look at this one here and zoom in on him. Notice, okay, if I click on him, it'll give you some stats about him. And again, as we change, different aspects of their traits will change. Okay, not only can you see it on the organism, but you can also see it in the traits. And as you change different ones, it'll show it on the organism itself and in their actual information there. And that's how we go about changing our different traits within our population and how those changes affect all of the organisms, not just some. So at this point, if you have questions about how to use this feature here with all the different traits, how to use the zoom and that sort of thing, go ahead and reach out. But at this point, if you need to kind of rewind the video to answer the questions in the slideshow, go for it. If you have questions, reach out. Otherwise, good luck.